Caitlin Clark has really made a point to change her appearance. Caitlin Clark was going out of her way to try to put on some mass. And frankly, who could blame her after the way last season went, her rookie year?
So Caitlin Clark is a hell of a player. But to say Caitlin Clark was not a flawed player is just wrong in my opinion.
2 minutes ago, Caitlin Clark just sent shockwaves through the basketball world. Fans are losing their minds, the WNBA is officially on notice, and the reaction to her insane transformation is exploding online. Spotted courtside at an Iowa game, Clark's new jacked physique is all anyone can talk about. Just months ago, she was getting pushed around by bigger, stronger defenders in the WNBA. But now, she's built like a powerhouse, and she's making sure no one knocks her around this season. But how did she do it? What kind of training turned her into a beast? And most importantly, how will this change her game and the entire WNBA? Today, we're breaking down every single detail of Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping transformation, what it means for her future, and why the league might be in serious trouble.
Caitlin Clark has really made a point to change her appearance and put on some mass and put on some real muscle. And let's be real here. She's got the crap kicked out of her last year. She got physically mauled at times. All right, now.
Like every time you're seeing Caitlin Clark out, it's like, okay, she's not as skinny as she was. And this is someone who, like, that's something that she really needs to...
Caitlin Clark just broke the internet with her new look. Fans couldn't believe their eyes when she was spotted at an Iowa game. Her arms, shoulders, and entire frame looked completely different. This isn't just a slight change. Clark has clearly put in serious work in the weight room, and the results are mind-blowing. Social media exploded with reactions. Some fans said, "She ain't getting pushed around this year." Others joked that she looks like a pro bodybuilder now. Even former powerlifters chimed in, pointing out her traps, arms, and overall definition. This isn't just a bulk up, it's a full transformation.
She may be thinking, look, if they're not going to call these flagrant fouls and they're going to let everybody in the league beat the crap out of me, I better do something to put on some mass to protect myself.
So Caitlin Clark in college was not the strongest player in the world. Like, she was somebody that wasn't weak by any means, but we saw when it came to the WNBA that she was kind of, she wasn't able to really assert herself physically.
And let's be real, this wasn't just for show. Clark knew she had to do something after last season. She was constantly battered by defenders, shoved around in the paint, and struggling to get clean looks without getting physically overpowered.
The WNBA letting this go on when she is the league. The ratings are going to disappear in the thin air if she gets hurt. Caitlin Clark's change in physical appearance at Iowa game catches the WNBA fan attention. It did. She went viral.
Now, she's sending a clear message. She's done being bullied on the court. Her training must have been intense, weighted dips, heavy lifts, and pure strength conditioning. She isn't just stronger. She's tougher, more durable, and ready to dominate. And if this transformation is already shaking the internet, imagine what it's about to do to the WNBA.
During a February 18th Q&A, Richard Deitch of The Athletic, Fever head coach, is quoted saying, quote, "She is stronger, first and foremost," talking about Caitlin Clark. When asked about Clark improving from her first to second seasons, she figured out the right way that I need to get stronger. She's done a great job of getting in the weight room and focusing on her strength.
Last season, Caitlin Clark faced a brutal reality. Raw talent wasn't enough. Despite being one of the most skilled players on the court, she constantly found herself pushed, shoved, and knocked off balance by bigger, stronger defenders. The WNBA's physicality isn't just tough, it's relentless.
Caitlin Clark has put on real mass, been in the weight room. I mean, guys, that's real shoulders and guns. Look at these arms and these shoulders. Her trapezius muscles have really popped out.
Opposing teams targeted her aggressively, using their size to wear her down. And the worst part? The referees let it slide. Game after game, she was getting hammered. But instead of getting the calls, she had to pick herself up and keep playing. It was clear the league wasn't going to step in and protect its biggest star.
She's really been after it. She's really been hitting it. She's not going to let them pick on her this year. And she really didn't back down from a lot of people last year. But now, look out. In 5 years, will she already be the greatest women's basketball player to ever do it?
So Clark had two choices: keep getting knocked around or fight back. And she chose to fight. Her transformation wasn't just about getting stronger. It was about survival. She knew that if she wanted to last in this league, she had to build a frame that could handle the contact, absorb hits, and keep her in control. This wasn't just about aesthetics. It was about durability, endurance, and longevity in a league that doesn't go easy on anyone. Even her own head coach, Stephanie White, confirmed it. She's stronger, first and foremost. She figured out the right way that she needed to get stronger. It wasn't a casual decision. Clark committed to serious strength training, focusing on low center of gravity, resistance under tension, and building the kind of muscle that makes a difference in tough matchups.
In fairness, her first game matchup was a tough one because her first matchup was against Dijonais. Second matchup was against Benai Laney Hamilton. Third matchup against Benai Laney again. Fourth matchup against Dijonais again. So we're looking at the team that has their first 4 games against the freaking Sun and someone for the toughest defenders. And from that point on, it did seem like she was basically that she wasn't physically up to being a top guard.
Now she's no longer the player who gets pushed around. She's the one defenders will have to think twice about challenging. The WNBA made her adjust to their physicality. Now they're about to deal with the consequences. Caitlin Clark's transformation isn't just about looking stronger. It's about playing stronger. This new level of physicality is going to change everything about how she performs on the court. For starters, defenders won't be able to bump her off her spots as easily. Last season, teams used physical pressure to disrupt her rhythm, forcing her into off-balance shots and difficult passing angles. But now, that strategy might not work anymore. With added muscle mass, Clark will be able to hold her ground, absorb contact, and stay locked in on her shot. Another major upgrade? Her finishing ability. One of the biggest criticisms of her rookie season was her struggle to consistently finish at the rim against elite defenders. Now, with a stronger core and better upper body strength, expect Clark to power through contact instead of avoiding it. Those soft layups that got blocked last year, they're turning into and ones this season.
She has gotten significantly bigger. Stephanie White has gone out here and confirmed that Caitlin Clark has been bulking up. Like, that she's bulked up as a player and that she's no longer, like, skinny and...
And what about her signature shooting? Some might worry that extra muscle could throw off her mechanics, but that's highly unlikely. If anything, this transformation could actually improve her range and consistency. Stronger legs and a sturdier base mean better balance on deep threes, and increased upper body strength will allow her to generate power with less effort. Translation? Even deeper shots with the same deadly accuracy. But the biggest change? Her confidence? When a player knows they can't be easily pushed around, it changes their entire mindset. Clark will step onto the court knowing that she can go toe-to-toe with the league's toughest defenders. And when confidence meets skill, that's when legends are made. With this transformation, Clark isn't just adapting to the WNBA's physicality, she's about to dominate it. The league forced her to evolve, and now they have to deal with the consequences. Caitlin Clark's transformation isn't just a personal upgrade, it could change the entire landscape of the WNBA. The league thrives on skill and finesse, but Clark's decision to bulk up and embrace the physical side of the game might set a new standard for future stars. For years, smaller guards in the WNBA have struggled against stronger, more physical defenders. Clark is proving that if you want to survive, you have to evolve. Her off-season grind might inspire a new wave of incoming rookies to focus on strength training before stepping into the league. We could start seeing a shift in how young players prepare for the pros, less focus on just shooting and speed, and more on durability and physical dominance. And let's talk about the WNBA itself, because Clark's transformation puts the league in a tough spot. If she starts bulldozing defenders and playing through contact, will officials finally start calling fouls more consistently, or will they let the physicality continue? If she dominates, will teams double down on aggressive defense, or will they adjust their strategy to keep up?
Not that she was like too weak to be in the W, but like she was too weak to be like an imposing presence in the W like she was in college, because she could be physically dominated. And then obviously we have seen throughout the offseason, we have seen like some of the transformation.
One thing is certain, Clark is now an even bigger problem for every opponent. She was already the most talked about player in the league, the biggest draw in women's basketball. Now she's stronger, tougher, and more prepared than ever. If she keeps improving at this rate, are we witnessing the rise of the future GOAT? The WNBA forced her to adapt. Now, the league has to figure out how to stop her. Caitlin Clark just made one thing clear. She's done being pushed around. The WNBA's biggest star took the hits last season, learned from it, and came back stronger than ever. Now the league has a serious problem on its hands because Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's making a statement. But the big question is, will this make her unstoppable, or will defenders find a new way to slow her down? Is this the start of a new era in the WNBA, where strength becomes just as important as skill? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Clark's transformation will change the game forever?
I genuinely think that Caitlin Clark had quite a lot of flaws, but so is still, even with flaws, she was that good that if she can figure out those flaws, she's going to be the best player ever. And that's the reality of the situation. And one of them was that she was very skinny.
And if you don't want to miss a single update on Caitlin Clark and the WNBA, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. This season is about to be wild, and we'll be here bringing you all the biggest moments. See you in the next one.
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, it's one of those things where, as good as she is, there are weaknesses, and it's clear to Stephanie White, who basically game one had the blueprint for how to beat Caitlin Clark. Still, Stephanie White knows what she's talking about, and confirming Caitlin Clark is stronger is going to help a lot, because we saw after Olympic break when Caitlin Clark got stronger that she was posting up guards. Like, she doesn't have very many post moves, but that double bang with her left shoulder into the turnaround layup floater thingies off the backboard, it worked really well. And like, we saw her taking some bigger guards in the post. If she's able to play a little bit in the post and able to shoot over people, that it becomes really difficult to put, for example, to put somebody like a Jordan Cannon on her. Yeah, so she's going to have that in her arsenal, and it's going to make her harder to defend. It's going to make her way, way harder to defend because, if you can't bully her, it means that the Dijonais hand check through three-quarter court isn't going to be allowed.